Welcome back, Nation. This week I'm going to show you a mission that's got a few interesting twists and turns to it. First up, I get a number of questions about how textures work, and a lot of that's still being worked on, but I wanted to demonstrate in this mission a map that's made with only a single texture, but the brightness has been varied across the different elevation levels. So only one texture for every terrain level, but you can see it goes from very bright to relatively dark at the lowest levels. So it's still possible to do Creeper World 1 style brightness elevation maps, and that works perfectly fine with Creeper World 3. Looks pretty good in some instances. Of course, you can throw in some accents by throwing in some additional or different textures for some different levels. But this entire map's made with just a single texture. Another thing about this map, and I'll go ahead and start it and try to talk while I play, is that the creeper doesn't flow as the same as it has in previous maps that you've seen. There's a bias. Think of it as like a wind that's blowing from the northeast towards the southwest, so it's being pushed towards me. The emitters up here in the upper right hand corner, and it's being blown towards me. You can see it moving more quickly in this direction. So I mean, I've literally got an uphill battle. The other thing that this will do is create an interesting problem for me, in that even though I'm on very high, let me pause the game here, I'm on very high terrain elevation. As you can see, I'm at level 10, and this plane down here is at level 4. This creeper isn't going to have to build up very thick. This wind is going to blow it up onto this plateau, so I don't have as much time in this mission as you might think. So let me get back to work here and get busy building some infrastructure, because I'm going to need it. By the way, I've not played this mission before. I just drew it up, watched the creeper flow for about 5 minutes, and decided to make a video. So I don't know what kind of mess I'm about to get into, but we're going to see. And for the interest of brevity, not play efficiency, I'm going to speed the game up a number of times, just so we can keep the video short and kind of get to its conclusion quicker. And you may see me occasionally pause as well when I want to think about what's about to happen. So the creeper's flowing up on me here, and I've got a feeling that it's going to be more intense than I might anticipate, and I'm going to need more cannons. Okay, let's slow things back up here a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit sloppy, just for the sake of brevity. Get some things dropped down. You'll also notice in this build that the command node's changed a little bit. It's got the bars have been cleaned up into segmented bars a little bit. That's useful. I've also added this display. Just turned it on. You can turn it on and off. That shows energy storage, production, use for each of the command nodes. I only have one on the map, and anti-creeper, same 3 values. Of course, I'm not making or using any anti-creeper, so that's not going to show up. Okay, so these reactors are going to come online. We should see our production go up. Use is probably going to go up to match it, since I've overbuilt just a little bit, but it's okay. Now let's see, I've got some creeper sneaking up on me down here. I'm going to go ahead and build a few, or at least one shield to help secure that area. Get these reactors online. Yep, that's what I thought. Gotta be careful, he's gonna sneak across the bottom here. I think this particular mortar's not doing as good a job as he could otherwise. Let me move some of these guys forward. And I need to think about hitting that creeper in the backfield sooner rather than later. It's already achieved pretty dense levels back here. Over 10, looks like 11, 12, 13 even. Okay, go ahead and do some forward movement here. I'm going to go ahead and build out some collectors just to pick up energy from these small cells on the terrain. Not the most efficient use of packets, but all added up, they will give me some energy, and energy I need. Okay, let's go ahead and send in a fast sortie. Just gonna absorb all the open space I can. Alright, let's see if we can sneak forward a little bit. Build a few more of these guys over here, and then I'm going to move them forward. Because I can tell you, the way things look right now, I'm going to need them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let these guys hit in this thin area right here and see if they can relieve a little pressure. I don't know how they're going to do. Let's just see what they can pull off. I targeted a single location, which will cause them to circle, strafe the area. Looks like I'm going to need more assistance down here. You know, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Took a lot of energy to do that, but they opened up an area there that I could move into if I was prepared. Ready again, so let's go ahead and I'm going to let them hit the backfield. Looks like that mass back there is getting a little bit thick. It's overflowing these ridges here. That's probably not a good thing. push this shield forward. This bottom edge is a little bit of a problem for me. Yeah, that wasn't a good move. There was creeper to the left of the shield, so all I did was push it back into my base. You know, that's probably fine. As long as I don't let it get up on this plateau, everything will be just fine. Okay, now I need a good strategy here for moving forward. Let's just send 3 into the backfield. And maybe pick these 4 here and let them attack this thin plane in the middle. Reposition some of these blasters. Get brave here and move that mortar into that depression. As long as creeper doesn't flow in there, he'll be just fine. Looks like a good opportunity to move forward. You know, that's the secret on a number of missions in Creep World. Sometimes you just have to get brave, you just have to push. You can get into a situation where you'll sort of stagnate and you'll think everything's fine, and it will be for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but the overall mass of the creeper on the map will get deeper and deeper, and eventually you'll end up in trouble. So sometimes you just have to move, even when it's a little bit uncomfortable. You just have to push. Okay, bring these guys forward. A lot of people like to play with the idea that they will never lose a unit, and that's fine. I play like that. But sometimes these units need to be pushed, put in harm's way. That's what they're for. Guys just sitting up here taking it easy. All right, it's a slow push, but I am making progress. Now, some of you might think about using shields much more aggressively. I could see that as a viable strategy. Some might want to use terps to do some terrain modification. I could see that working pretty well as well. But I have a soft spot for kind of a good old-fashioned ground assault. I just lost a relay. I'm gonna get crazy. Saw an opportunity there and I took it. In fact, I might be able to get away with something like that. Of course, the problem is these ridges will quickly overflow if I'm not careful. You know, I think I might just about have this thing whipped. Of course, my only problem now is to figure out how I'm going to push past these ridges, take out these emitters. This shield might come in handy for that. Probably won't hurt to soften the area up with these strafers as well. Ahead and build a relay a little closer in. Now let's zoom down here and see what we got. So I have to put that nullifier right there. This is where another shield would come in handy. Of course, it won't hurt to move my existing forces forward. It's possible I could pull it off right there. Gotta get it hooked up to power though. try that. We'll speed the game up to 4x. Alright. I sent those pulse cannons on essentially a suicide mission. It's all good because I now have a power zone. I can get pushed in there. I'd like to park a mortar right on top of him. Send in my strafers again. That mortar ran out of ammo because he wasn't connected. He was just out of range. I'll fix that. Push ahead with those shields. Get a relay built. Position the pulse cannons. Identify a landing place for my nullifier. Looks like right there might do. Can move forward with these shields as well. And I'm going to move him forward and then go build the relay in behind him. Looks good. If I act quickly, I might even pull off another nullifier build. Almost. Let's call in these strafers again. A little cover fire. The shield just needs to be moved down just a little bit. This mortar here will, yeah, you can see the range bubble increase in size. He'll be able to lob mortars down here, completely suppress this final emitter. And this map is as good as defeated. Alright, speed it up to 4x. Kaboom. There you have it. 26 minutes game time. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching.